When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbybellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbybellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbybellPetDesigns.com. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday. Monica, Max, good morning. How are you? Bruce, good to see you. Biker Brat. Bikers are not brats, so that doesn't go together. Just kidding. Hey, Brian. Hey, Alan. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. It's Monday, start of the new week. Hey, Wayne, Mary Ann. People maybe getting, hey, Brian, getting the notifications again, I hope. Hey, Candace, good to see you. Good morning, Hidden Jim. How are you? Seattle, good morning. Everybody, as we're coming in, just a reminder, my ears are not like yours, available at Amazon.com to give a positive and encouraging message to children, young children, to get them started off right. You can go to Amazon.com, be a great Easter basket gift. Say that loud and clear. Good morning, you got a notification. All right, hey, Lisa. Lori, hey, hello, hello. I'm great, Max. Thanks for asking. All right, Lisa, thank you for inviting people. As you're coming in, I'm going to read a little bit to you from Proverbs 3. My son, do not forget my law, but let your heart keep my commands. For length of days and long life and peace they will add to you. Let not mercy and truth forsake you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart, and so find favor and high esteem in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Hey, Daniel. How is everybody on Monday? Doing well, I hope. Hey, Dawn, good morning. Hey, Mark, good morning. Whew, all right. Well, we survived the weekend, apparently. Did everybody watch the March for Our Lives? Sick of politics. You know, Marianne, I'm telling you, I don't know. I did a scope, what was it, Friday night, I think? A late night scope. And good morning, Barbara. Hey, Wendell. And we had a lot of people in there. We had, hey, Cully, a lot of individuals who were basically on one extreme to the other. You know, they were saying, hey, Marine hero. We always love Marines and heroes especially. But they go together. Hey, Chicago Pops. Phony March driven by emotional rage, and also Seattle by a lot of money. Took a CCW class. Good for you, Alan. Hey, I missed it. I know, Barbara. It was on at about 11 o'clock my time. So it was pretty late. And but like I said, we had a lot of people who were saying, you know, I'm fed up with the Republicans. I'm fed up with President Trump. And I kind of explained how I felt at the time, and I'll kind of explain it to you again. It must have been past my bedtime. It was 11 o'clock Pacific, so, you know, that's pretty late. But what I told people then and what I really feel now, this has gone way far beyond politics. We're into something totally new. And if you don't vote for Republican, and I know I get it, people are going to say, well, I'm not going to vote for somebody that I feel is against this, you know, whatever. I get it. But this is down to survival now. Sorry, but it really is. If we get another Democrat in the White House, and if we lose those seats in 2018, we're going into socialism, communism, whatever you want to call it, and we will have lost the republic. Yes, D, God forbid. At 3, I'm counting sheep, a.k.a. liberals. Cully said our town had a 2A march at the same time. Wonderful, Alan. Oh, Susan, I did see it on Instagram. Thought it was a replay. I don't think I'm voting at all. It's useless. Marianne, I disagree. New World Order, that's right, Marine. You have to vote. I don't care, and I've said this before. I don't care if Mickey Mouse is running in the Republican Party for president. I'm voting for Mickey Mouse because this is not because I love the Republicans so much and I love rhinos. I don't. This is about keeping the Democrats out of the House because if you and the Senate and as president. If they get in and they get in control, we have lost the republic. They are all crooks sometimes, and you're sick of it. I get it, Marianne. But do you want crooks that are Democrats running the world, or do you want crooks that are Republicans running the world? You got your choice. One is going to take you on a slower road down to the New World Order and everything else, and one is going to zoom you there really quickly. So it's your choice. And, I personally want to slow it down. If you don't vote, you by default give the majority the vote. And Marine Hero, that's true. And I know people fight that and people fight hearing that. And I get it. And I used to be that too. I want to vote for somebody with great principles and somebody who's going, loves this country and on and on and on. Exactly, Cully. Cully said, I'll vote for Mickey Mouse before a Democrat. I want to hold on to this country. And it's more than about holding on to this country. It's about holding on to our survival. This country can do better than being led by emotional teenagers. Well, that's for sure, Brian. I mean, for sure. But they're being led by emotional teenagers because those emotional teenagers are being led by the left who wants to take over and wants to control you and the rest of the world. They want an open, borderless society, a one world society, a globalist society. And if you don't vote for Republicans, that's what you're going to get. Marianne said, I'm throwing in the flag. I watched No Politics this weekend. I can't take any more. If you do not vote, you get what you get, so don't throw a fit, Barbara said. And the thing of it is, if you vote for a Democrat, if you voted right now, let's say you're saying, I'm not going to vote. 9 times out of 10, voting for a Republican is voting for a Democrat. That's true, Julia. It is. I'm not denying that. But having this, voting for Republicans are keeping us out of a downward plunge that we can't come back from. I really feel that if you want to lose the Constitution, if you want to lose the Republic, then you're going to either sit home and not vote, or you're going to vote independent, or you're going to vote Democrat. If you want to lose the Republic, if you want to have your life and your freedom taken away from you faster, then do those things. But if you want to hold on as long as we possibly can, then you vote Republican. There's no coming back at this point. I see no hope. Marianne, hey, Rhonda, I don't think there's coming back. I think it is preventing the slide faster. That's what it is. Lose the Constitution to who? To the left, Gordo. To the left who wants to take it away from us. And, if you want to fight, I get that. But they're still trying to take the Constitution away from you. As little, David Hogg out there, he wanted his First Amendment rights, but he wanted to take your Second Amendment rights away from you. Vote for ideas that work plus strong moral character. Seattle, if that's available, yes. If it's not available, I'm still voting Republican. And communist left, Cully said, yes. Do I think the Republicans are wonderful? No. Do I think that the Republicans are the answer? No. Hey, Chezzy. But what I think that the Republicans will do is slow down us being taken over. This country does not need gun control. Bye, Gordo. Not getting my Monday started out well with Gordo. The gun control, I so many Republicans that are supposedly Christians now are saying, oh, but don't you think maybe Jesus wants to take away the guns so that children won't be killed? I mean, God, when did we stop losing our common sense? When did that happen? Hey, Deborah, good morning. You take away your guns and you think nobody is going to be killed at that point? You're here with, Deborah said. Happy Monday, Spencer. I'm not saying we live in a perfect world. It is not perfect. I wish we could vote for Republicans that had great moral character, that were not career politicians, that weren't rhinos, that weren't, people who really didn't give a what about America. But this is what we have, and this is where we have come, and honestly, this is where we've put ourselves into. We voted for Obama, not us, but we voted for Obama for 8 years. Why aren't young people protesting $20 trillion in debt? Because it doesn't matter. Hey, Jerry, thank you for the blessings. Hey, Donna, the bad entities should be exposed and held for treason. These mass shootings will disappear. You know, Marine Hero, yes, we have to obey the law. We have to uncover all the wrongdoing. Absolutely. More kids killed during driving with cell phones, Cully said. I understand it's the lesser of two evils. I just think one is no better than the other. Julia, absolutely. One isn't better than the other. They really aren't. As I said, for me, it's a matter of survival. Ryan McConnell are Dems in Republican clothing. Yes, they are. Absolutely. Drugs kill more too, Jerry said. No, guns kill people don't. Exactly. Amen to that. The debt doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to them when they're looking to take over you, Seattle. What they want is for chaos. They want poverty. They want one race pitted against the other. They are globalists, not Democrat. That's right. Good morning, Danny. How are you? From Bravo Base. Yay. Tell them good morning, Danny, for us. Hey, Carmen. This is, you know, as I said the other day and I said on my scope the other night, this is a battle between good and evil. Politics is about that much of what's going on. Politics right now are standing in the way of us just sliding on down and losing our republic. People driving cars kill more people. Yep, couldn't get you to connect. Glad you're here, though, now, Carmen. Poverty division, riots, etc. Yeah, if you don't believe me, look up Saul Alinsky and the 8 things that are needed to take over. We are almost done with all 8. Your mom's Toyota killed her, Chesney said. More police in schools, resource, and metal detectors. That's right, Deborah. We knew that from the very beginning, and that's what we needed, but that's not what they're doing, right? All they're doing now is saying, okay, if people come in to kill you, throw rocks at them. If people come in to kill you, you'll have a badge on. We'll know that you are, one of the kids. Wish we actually had a regular person like us in government. Exactly, Brandon. That's what's missing. When our credit rating is downgraded to B and interest rates are 8 to 10%, you'll see chaos. Well, we're seeing it now, really. Hey, Patrick, it's just not as much. Hey, real Rhonda. Spencer said poverty and despair are the stock and trade of the left wing. Absolutely. And if you want to see what the left does with poverty, come to California and go to the big cities like Los Angeles, San Francisco, downtown San Diego. Middle America must stand up. That's right, Brandon. And again, hey, Rhonda, I am one of those people that have always said, man, I want to vote for the right candidate. I've never voted Democrat, and I won't. But I'm just saying, even the Republicans, I want the right candidate. Guess what? There's no right candidate anymore. And there really, to me, it doesn't matter anymore. As I said, for me, the Republicans are slowing down the globalists taking over. And that's all that matters to me. And I'm sorry, I know people don't like that, and some people will disagree with me, and that's okay. But that's the truth. That's the reality that we are in right now. We really, really are. Credentials doesn't matter. Yeah, credentials don't matter any much anymore. Rocks attacking us back to the stockroom, taking us back to the stockroom. Yeah, reduce the size of our government, and the shooting will stop, except for the occasional nut job like Austin. Well, and reducing the size of the government, that would be great. Well, but Julia, what are you going to do? Vote Democrat and be burned? You're going to vote independent and lose the Democrats? Rhinos are the big major part of the problem, Rhonda. They really are. I don't know why you can't hear me, Beck. Go out and come back in. Somebody tell Beck. Somebody type to Beck and tell her to go out and come back in. Common sense and represent the people are not lobbyists. I lose either way. You do, Julia, but you might stay longer, a little bit longer, Julia. You might stay alive a little bit longer, because what happens if you get Hillary Clinton in, Hillary Clinton is going to go towards and get out everything that you know America to be. Going to go attack religion, attack your Second Amendment rights, your First Amendment rights, put you on Obamacare, full 100% socialist programs. And that right now, with a Republican in, that's what is being prevented from happening. Am I saying again that Republicans are saints? No, 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 and no. But what I'm saying to you is, if you don't have the Republicans in to put on the brakes, we're going to go on that slide, and it is going to be so fast that you're not going to know what's happening. What's happening with Russia is that 60 of the officials are kicked out of the country from Russia, from the United States. Communism seems the goal of most in both parties. It is, Rhonda. It is the goal of both parties. It really is. Because it's to take over the globalist society. On what grounds? That Russia poisoned the ex-spy from Britain. Need a third-party system, the average Joe. I know, Pops. And, it would be great. No, Obamacare was not better than Trump care. Obamacare, oh gosh, what was I going to say? Now I forget what I was going to say. Happy Motivate Monday. Hey, Catherine, how are you? Oh, what I was going to say was it'd be great to have a third party, but we don't have time to have a third party. The pendulum will swing back to a Democrat majority at some point. That's just the reality, Julia. And when that reality hits, it's going to be a bigger reality than when Obama was president. It's going to be worse than when Obama was president. Hey, Judy. And it's going to be like nothing we've ever seen before. Hillary Clinton's job was to come in and take the United States down the rest of the way. That's where we were going with her. And that's what would have happened. You would be living right now in a socialist or communist country, and you wouldn't know what hit you, and there would be no way out of it. And yeah, you could go out and have civil war in the streets, but that's not going to accomplish anything. You're going to lose in the end doing that. Rhinos are only left-wing plants in what is supposed to be our opposition party. We have no real opposition party. The left is ushering in single-party rule. Yes, Spencer, absolutely. Obama was the worst president we've ever had and will ever have. Exactly. We have to stick together. Yes, Judy. Sick of marches by the left. And you know what? I'll tell you something, Rhonda. Andrew Wilkow had something really great to say about the marches. Obama was horrible, Jerry said, and worse than horrible. So sorry, phone ringing like mad this morning. No problem, Candace. Carter sucked too. Carter was the worst president until Obama came along. Obama must be exposed for everything, yes. But I'll tell you what, the next time a Democrat gets in, it'll be over. It won't be like, oh, well, we'll just swing back to the majority next time and we're Republican. It won't happen. It will not happen. When you have all those rhinos supposedly on our side, when you get in a true Democrat progressive, guess where they're going to go? Right along with you. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Bye, Snipe. Anybody who believes that Obama's the best president ever can just leave now. Seriously, leave now. Thank you, Chezzy. Obama said he wants to create 1 million young Obamas. I bet he does, Maureen. I bet he does. Dems are shifting towards socialist ideas. They're not only shifting, Brandon, they are already there. And the other people who aren't that type of Democrat, who don't believe in that stuff, they don't even know what's happening right now. They have no idea about their party. They're just like, oh, well, I'll go out and vote. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Doesn't really matter. They don't know that their party has been taken over by socialists and communists. Obama's turned dim socialist. Yeah. Better start putting money away in the mattress and get ready for it. Now is the time to start. Well, the money won't be valuable at that time. Trust me. They need to be woke. What I was going to say about Andrew Wilkow. Wilkow said, don't try to compete with the left. You're not going to match what they do. You're not going to match going out and having all of these big rallies like they did with the march. Hey, Larry, you're not going to match getting all the money funded to you as the left does. We don't have the celebrities, thank God, but we don't have the celebrities backing us in the Republican Party. It's not going to happen. And so, stop trying to compete. He said what you do is every time that they go out in droves and they have a march, then what you need to do, glad you can hear us back, what you need to do is go out and buy more ammunition, more guns, do everything that you can for your Second Amendment rights. And that's going to send a huge message to the left. But you're not going to win with, the marches and all that. We can't get Democrats together to march to anything. They won't march down the street together. That's just the way it is. But they will go out and buy things. They will go out and protect their Second Amendment rights. And I think Wilkow's right on that. I really do. There you go, Spencer. It feels like both sides are going extreme. Dems are on a faster pace. That's exactly right, Bradley. You got it. It is. Marches don't mean votes for them. They galvanize the right. Yep, that too prep those guns. Yes, Barbara. If Obama has a million mini-me's, does that mean he talks out of 2 million sides of his mouth or some other area? Hey, Asher, good to see you. You know, yesterday, too, they were saying there were like 800,000 people at that march. And they're saying, really, there were only about 200,000. We must just let our lives be a living example to others. Well, that too, Maureen. Catherine's laughing. Texas will protect the Second Amendment for sure. People are ready to go. Susan, the GOP have done themselves no favors with the legislation they passed. That's true, Hidden Gems. It's true. But you've got to understand that the people passing the legislation, the ones helping, are the rhinos that have always helped the Democrats. Look at the rhinos for the past 8 years. They were the water boys for Obama. And that's what they do. They're rhinos. That's why we need to vote the rhinos out. But people on the Republican side aren't really awake to know that you need to vote the rhinos out. They think, oh, that Paul Ryan, he's got such pretty blue eyes. He's so great. No, he's a globalist. He doesn't have your best interest at heart. Yeah, it's going to be big problems if Obama gets into the UN. I agree, Alan. And I've said before, that's where he's headed. Heard Baltimore, which claims to be broke, busted in thousands of March. Who paid, you think? Yeah. Could be the $500,000 that Oprah contributed, the $500,000 that Clooney contributed. Teddy Cruz voted against the bill, knew he would. Barbara said, no good people are running, so how do we vote them out? That's the problem, Marianne. We create our own problems. We really do. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but we've gotten ourselves here in this position. We've helped get us here. Hey, Marlene. Obama's trying to get into the UN, Chessie. I mean, that's what we all think. Anyone think David Hogg resembles Paul Ryan? Ugh. I try not to look at David Hogg. He just turns my stomach. The way he disrespects parents, adults, everybody else. If you've listened to that Prager University video of him, of saying the F word every other 2 seconds. We need to first take out locally, then branch out. Yes, Brandon, I tell people all the time, it starts at the local level. If you don't get those people out at the local level, they just keep on rising to the top. Ban firearms. 2 guys dressed head to toe in black showed up in my backyard. I called the police. It took them 15 minutes to arrive. During that time, I introduced him to my tactical shotgun. Problem solved, Patrick. Cruz has fought for us, listened and voted for the president, Barbara said. Yep, that boy looks evil. Yes, he does. When that boy turns 18 and becomes a quote-unquote man, the social media is going to have at him. I think people are kind of holding back because he's 17, and I get that. But he's also being protected by people like, Twitter, who are protecting him and blocking people and YouTube. But he needs to be coming out and have a little reality party with people saying to him exactly what they feel. Age doesn't equate to manhood. I know, that's why I said man like that, Brandon. Skippy Hogg doesn't even know the First Amendment from the Fourth. Spencer said I don't know what you're saying. This whole march is kids not honoring their parents' broken commandment, and also, Marine Hero, it is kids who are being used as pawns, as quote-unquote activists for pushing the left agenda. Those kids admitted to bullying Cruz. Yeah. Yep. And those people, they didn't admit to the fact that the one guy, was it Kusky, who wanted to talk, the one who lost his brother at the school. Hey, Alexis, they wouldn't let him talk at the rally. No, he's not 25 from California, Ranger Woman. If you have proof of that, let us know. Hey, Teresa. But they wouldn't let him talk, and they said, we never said that, and there's proof that they didn't let him talk, and they told him, no, you can't talk there. Because they didn't want anybody that was pro-Second Amendment to talk at their rally. They wanted everybody who was pro-Democrat to talk, and that's it. Pro-left-wing. And wasn't it only a couple weeks ago when the children said, hey, this isn't about gun control, it's about school safety. He's not 25, Beck. There's nothing that says he's 25. There's no proof of that. Kids are regurgitating the socialist agenda. They don't have their own thoughts. That's true. He was in California at school that had a shooting, Barbara said. What we can do is teach our kids, start from home. Yes, Marine Hero, I say that just about every day, but parents have to be awake to understand that. Kid from school said he is his debate coach. I need more proof than that, Ranger Women. I really do. I think we need, some more concrete proof than just saying that. A lot of times people just say things because it sounds good, and that's not factual. If you have anything, if you look up David Hogg, it says everywhere you look that he's 17. So I'm going to go with that. This year, though, at some point, he will be 18. The kids are being programmed for sure. Yep. Facts over feelings. Yep. Drink every time a kid says that, like when speaking about guns. Yeah. His grandpa was a Pentagon intel officer. Father's an FBI agent, or was. For any who pray, these events should be bone-chilling. Yeah. The way to make changes is to lobby your rep with what you do want, not what you're against. That's right, Hidden Jim. But you have to get out and do something. You can't just say, this is what we want. You have to actually get out and participate in the system. Is it a broken system? It is a broken system. Is there any party that really represents America the way we would want it to? No. Fox News just said that the father of the Pulse shooter was, yes. And I wanted to talk to you about that. I found some information this morning. That's pretty darned interesting. The attorney for the widow of the Pulse nightclub shooting, she was married to Omar Mateen. She is on trial right now for obstruction of justice and, helping him with the killing. What they're saying is that Sadiq Mateen, that is Omar Mateen's father, they're now claiming that he played a big role in the FBI as an informant from 2005 to 2016. Now, why are we just now hearing that this guy was an informant and he's passed away? So, can't ask him. But anyway, they're saying that Sadiq, the father of Omar Mateen, played a significant role in the FBI's decision not to seek an indictment against Omar Mateen back in 2013 for giving a false statement to the FBI. There you go again with the false statement to the FBI and obstruction of justice. And they're also saying that they're claiming that Sadiq transferred money at one point from Turkey to Pakistan. So once again, what it looks like is we have all of this information about the FBI, of the informants that they use that maybe weren't really, I don't know, did they know they were bad informants? Were they helping the informants? Is this what they wanted? I don't know. So I mean, that's pretty interesting. But this is the first time, and only we're hearing this because of the court trial against the widow. I forget what her name is, and I don't really care. But anyway, the widow of Omar Mateen. Informants in the FBI seem to be code for money laundering. Exactly, Rhonda. Exactly. You can try a lie to God or yourself, but not the FBI. Only they get to lie. Exactly, Barbara. There's something really deeply wrong with the FBI that needs uncovering. And, we're trying, and President Trump is trying. President Trump is doing, I know people were so ready to, again, blame President Trump for that omnibus bill. But who made the omnibus bill? Who did it? It was Congress. Again, it was Congress. And he had the ability, he had two choices. One, he could veto it, well, that's about it. He could veto it or sign it, okay? And he chose to sign it. If he had gone ahead and vetoed it, then the House, Congress, and the Senate, with 2/3 majority in each chamber, could have overridden his veto. He got what he wanted. He got what we needed with the military. And I'm telling you, I think there's something going on deeper than what we know in regards to why he wanted that money so much badly for the military. And I know there are people who are saying, well, he can use part of that money to build the wall and this, that, and the other. I don't know if that's going to be true. Corrine Brown is 71 in jail for $800,000 charity fraud, yet the Clintons have defrauded by trillions. Exactly, Maureen. Nope, after listening to his speech again, they had it figured out how to use the money. Judy said exactly. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to use that money to build the wall. I don't really know. But we needed that money for the military. Not yet, Rhonda, I haven't. How do we get the conservatives fired up? Chesney, it's so hard to get the conservative base fired up because conservatives are used to not going out and demonstrating. They don't march. They don't work together. You can watch conservatives on Periscope. What do? They fight each other rather than fighting what's coming against us. They spend more time doing that. No, we can't. That's not how the appropriation bill work. Hidden Jim, other people have said that's what Obama did, and Trump could do it if he wanted to. I don't know. 60 Minutes is now the Jerry Springer show. Absolutely. I believe you find FBI trails to the Las Vegas music shooter as well, Spencer said. We need a hard, strong military, not against others, but against the forces within. Yep, we don't march because we are busy working. That's great opinion there, Marianne. That's basically true. So one of the things I think that we have to do, first you have to try to convince the Republicans that there is a problem. I think they know that there are issues, but they don't really necessarily believe it. I really think that they have just said, you know what? Like a lot of people said in here today, I'm done. I'm not going to vote. Screw the Republicans, whatever the case may be. And that's not going to get you anywhere. Got more than he asked for, and he can use the money, Catherine said. Again, if just by saying, well, I give up, I quit, that's not going to help. It's not going to help America. It's not going to help us survive. It's just not going to. I mean, I wish I could say it would. It doesn't. And there was a time when I said, I'm not going to vote for a bad person or this and that and the other. Those days are gone. Hey, 8-foot Iceman, how are you? If you guys could, we're at the halfway mark. If you don't mind retweeting this, that would be great. I would appreciate it. There will be no more USA. That's what I said, Jerry. Exactly. Yes, he can. It is not appropriation, but a spending bill. If nothing else, he will build those tanks and etc. Barbara said. Put at the wall. Yeah, you could. You know what? I mean, he could order the military down to the border. He could do that. We are now have to vote for the lesser of two evils. Yes, Rhonda, we do. That's the position that we have put ourselves in for the most part. I think Dems will take control of the House and Senate. They're fired up. Lori, it's very possible. If it's omnibus, can't he spend it like he wants? Chesney, that's what some are saying. I've tried to research and find some law or something that will tell me that that's true. I can't find it, so I don't know yet. We'll see what he does. He did say that the Army Corps of Engineers were going to be starting, or I don't think he said the Army Corps of Engineers, but he said they would be starting building the wall today. That could be the money that was he was given to fix that stretch of border down in San Diego. Deploy the guard to the border. They will love driving those tanks around there. Yes. Okay, Jerry, take care. That's what he's doing. Yeah, I mean, really, put them down at the border. Thanks. I was wondering your thoughts on omnibus. Thanks, Chesney. Hello, friends and fellow patriots, you two trolls. Hello, Veritas Chuck 93. All the MSM lied about the numbers of marchers in D.C. this past weekend. Yes, Spencer, supposedly there was about 200,000 and not 800,000 like they said. But if we don't get the base out to even vote, if we get everybody saying, I give up, we're done. Hey, Ruthie, most urgent is for him to drain the swamp. Well, Maureen, the swamp is an endless pit. He is draining the swamp, but it's taking time. My dad was a tank squadron commander, Barbara said. It's my understanding the defense of the nation is his alone, so that money he can use as he chooses. No, the defense of the country is not his alone. It is also his and Congress. It depends upon, it depends upon if he sees there's an imminent attack coming to the United States, then the president can make a decision to go to war. Those are talking about wartime abilities and when the president can go after somebody without asking Congress. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. And you can guarantee that no matter what he does, the left is going to be there to try and stop him from doing it. That's a given. America is waking. Dems have no one, will do nothing. I don't know about that, Brian. I'd love to be right there in agreement with you. No, it's okay, Judy. Look for states to flip in 2020 due to mass exodus of left-held areas. Hope so, Brandon. We have to red pill everyone. We do, Barbara, and we're running out of time. The executive order allows him to use the military for certain reasons. Yes. Hey, Faye, the defense of this country is everyone's job. That's true, 8. I think left are inflating numbers like they did for HRC's 98% win. Yes, Rhonda, and they get away with it. Josette said, good day, my Sue. POTUS was served lemons, so watch him make lemonade. All things work for good. Yes, Josette, he will. Sorry it's been so long. It's so out of touch. Been busy with Sweet 16 party and hectic work schedule. We're glad you're back, Ruthie. Yeah, we know that the mainstream media is sold out. We know that the left basically believes everything the mainstream media tells them. We need to continue to support the president. I know, I wanted him not to sign the omnibus bill. I really did. However, he signed it. And if he can, if he gets all that money that he needs for the military, and if we truly need it, then you know what? We truly needed the money. And this is what we have. This bill is good for 6 months. This money, I don't like where the money is going. I don't like how the money is going out of the country. I think all that stuff needs to stop. But, I hope that he gets an opportunity to change things. Bias is a word MSM doesn't understand. Exactly, Brandon. But I think what we need to remember is, again, Congress made this. This is not what the president did. 60 Minutes used to be investigated. Now it's complete crap. Yep, that's right, Chezzy. I think he knows something about Iran and felt military needed the money. I think so too, Rhonda. I think that if you look at what's going on, omnibus bill, he wanted to meet halfway. Well, he wanted the wall. He wanted them to take care of DACA and things like that, Ruthie, and they're not going to. But I think if you look at what's going on in the Middle East, I mean, look at this. We have last night, Yemen fired 6 missiles into Saudi Arabia. We've got Iran, Turkey, and Russia in Syria, right there on the border with Israel. I mean, talk about something being on fire. What's our role going to be? Are we going to be helping in the Middle East? I don't know. What are we going to be doing with that money? I don't know. We need it at the border and we need it elsewhere. We need to also have a military that can be up and running because Obama deflated the military as much as he possibly could. So we need to build back what we lost under Obama. Trump had more at his inauguration than showed up in D.C. for that march. Probably, Spencer. Tillerson leaving was a breaking point that foretold issues in the Middle East. As you know, Rhonda, Tillerson is and was a globalist who was very much for the agreement with Iran. End times approaching too quickly. It can't come quickly enough for me, Ruthie. Did you just say bombs were used? Missiles were fired from Yemen into Saudi Arabia last night. 6 of them, Carmen. The money needs to stay home. I agree, Jamie. It really does. Talk about all that money that we spent giving out to, I remember Jordan was one of the names, maybe Egypt, I don't know. That should have been right here. That should have been building our wall. Rex still had friends to please. Yep, Dome protected them. That's right, Rhonda. But, hey, Jamie, nobody's been talking about that. Crazy 6 missiles, Saudi will be laid waste, Ruthie said. Yeah. In times, I'm out of here, Judy said. Yep. Can't come soon enough, God protects them, Brandon said. Yeah. And, but we're not hearing a lot about what's going on in the Middle East. That was Iran and Yemen. Probably, Catherine, that's the best thing for Iran to do in their minds. They want to get rid of Saudi Arabia now because Saudi Arabia is working with Israel against Iran. Jesus, come quickly, Chezzy said. I need my friends saved, need more time. I know, Ruthie. Well, you better hurry. Yes, it was reported. It was reported, Catherine, but I'm saying on the MSM, not really reported. It was on Fox, but I didn't see it in too many other places. They're not really telling us a whole bunch about what's going on outside of the United States. And in the United States, of course, they're being selective about what they're telling us from the mainstream media. Some other good news, the Federal Trade Commission is supposedly investigating Facebook, and Facebook shares are going down. You can call me a nut, but the Antichrist may be here, and ironically, his name is David, Barbara said. I don't know about that. I have no idea, Barbara. Have you heard any more about the third temple? No, other than what I mentioned the other day, Alan. I haven't heard any more yet. Gun control is a main focus. That's right, Jamie. That is their main focus right now. If they can get gun control, they can take us out the rest of the way, and they are working hard to do it. And the next thing will be, let's lower the voting age to 16. I mean, when you start seeing the left really using children, you know how bad it's getting. Yeah, I don't know, Barbara. The Antichrist is going to be liked and loved by many people, and I don't think he's it. Antichrist will only be revealed after the rapture, Maureen said. The Stormy Daniels woman, God. You know, here's the thing about Stormy Daniels. I didn't watch the interview. I didn't want to. I didn't want to give her any more time than she said. As I've said to you, I said in my scope the other night, am I in agreement with people having extramarital affairs? No, absolutely not. It's against every biblical principle there is, okay? But having said that, I don't care if Trump had an affair with a rock. You know, I don't mean IRAQ. I mean ROCK. I don't care if he had an affair with a rock, a tree, or anything else when he wasn't president. As long as it was consensual, nobody is claiming that he raped anyone, then I don't care. That will be, thank you, Great Night Scopes. I thank you, Judy. That will be between Trump, God, and his wife. I don't care. Now, if he's having sex right now with somebody in the White House, then I want to know about it, because that's a national security interest for me. Other than that, I don't care. Exactly. If it's not, and I'm talking about if he's president right now and he's having affairs right now as president, I don't care where he's having the affairs, I want to know about it. Because it's a national security risk. Other than that, I don't care. That will be between him and God to decide. And as I said, if he'd raped the women, I'd want to know about it. Other than that, I don't care. Stormy Daniels, here's the thing of it is, I read something in Fox saying that she talked about some guy in Las Vegas coming up to her car as she was going into the gym. And she had her 11-year-old daughter in the car. And he said to her, you know, stop talking about Trump. And, oh, you know, wouldn't it be, I'd hate to see your daughter hurt. She's so pretty. Okay, let me just say, Stormy Daniels. I know, Susan, but I can't tell you. But wait, here's what I say about Stormy Daniels. You are putting your daughter at risk because of the profession that you have chosen, and it's not an adult film maker or whatever the heck, film star. Yeah, but didn't call the police, exactly. As your chosen profession, you're putting your 11-year-old daughter at risk. And Coley said she called the 11-year-old an infant. Well, you know. So don't be blaming other people. And the thing of it is, too, it's like with this Karen McDougal. All you're telling me is that both of you, McDougal and Stormy Daniels, it tells me that you can be used for money. That's what it tells me. And I sincerely hope that both of you women stop being used by anyone for money. So when was this? Her family's home is in Texas. I have no idea, Barbara. Like I said, I did not watch the show. Thank you, Jamie, for agreeing. Now, anyone with a mind would have called the police if there was a threat like that. Roll eyes. I know, exactly. She probably went on in and worked out in the gym and then decided, maybe I'll use that later. Janice, that she said that he looked into the car at her 11-year-old daughter. Well, maybe she was an infant at the time. I have no idea. Who takes her infant to the gym? But anyway, I think we should all pray for those women. Absolutely, Judy. Absolutely. I really hope that they get their lives together and quit being used by men and paid for by men for whatever reason, whether it's to go and tell your story or as the other one did, Karen, she basically sold her story to the National Enquirer. And then what? She wanted more money? Sounds like BS to me. Yeah, I know, Carmen. It all sounds like BS. And all it has done, the only thing that they're coming out now after 12 years later is to hurt President Trump, is to lose the election for him, to unseat all the Republicans in 2018. I mean, come on. You're not about truth. You're not about trying to do something to make things better. You're about helping your liberal left agenda. All about money and to hurt Trump. That's it, Chezzy. That is it. Money diggers. That's it. Dossier was a lie. Why would this be true? Exactly. Meanwhile, Creepy Joe said he would beat up the president. Yes, Brandon, but Creepy Joe came out again over the weekend and said, I'm really sorry that I said that about the president. I shouldn't have, because I don't want to get down in the, like in the swamp with him. Enjoy your broadcast, but got to go for now. That's okay, Larry. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. Nothing she said supported the claim, perhaps all that they want, and moment of fame. Exactly, Ruthie. A lot of the time for people like that, children are like a fancy handbag, some kind of accessory. Could be, Alan. And who's the daddy? I mean, was that, because of the porn job she was doing? I don't know. She wants a book deal, of course. Everybody wants a book deal, right? They want to get out there and tell you everything. Remember Larry Sinclair? Larry Sinclair supposedly claims that he had sex with Barack Obama. How come nobody had him on 60 Minutes? How come nobody talked about Larry Sinclair at all? I'm just saying. Is it because do you fear homosexuality and you're not wanting to talk about homosexuality 60 Minutes? Or does that not fit your agenda that Obama might be homosexual? I mean, what is it? And did coke with Obama also? That was the claim. Yes, Cully. Absolutely. I just heard of Larry giving testimony. Where did he give testimony and to who, Rhonda? It's a double standard, right? Because it didn't fit their agenda. Nobody on the left wanted to hear anything bad about Obama at all. And so that's why it was never on TV. It was a recorded deposition. And you'll never probably get that deposition at all, Rhonda. It'll never be heard, right? So there's a Texas bill by a Democrat woman named Jessica Farrar. And here's what she wants to do. Now, she knows this bill's not going to go anywhere, but this is just for her to make a point. She wants to impose a 24-hour waiting period on men who want to get a colonoscopy, who want a vasectomy, who want to buy Viagra. And she also wants to impose a $100 fine each time on a man for masturbating. So she knows it's not going to go anywhere, but that's her way of thumbing her nose at men and telling men, you have tried to put women down and hold women down and not give them an abortion when they wanted it and not give them birth control when they wanted it. So we're going to turn the tables and do the same thing to you. Hey, Monique, just getting a late start to my busy day. Great to see you. Great to see you too, Monique. Yes, Judy, it's true. Her name is Jessica Farrar, and she's a Democrat. But Barbara, abortion is health too to her. She's just trying to make a point. She knows it's not going to be a law or a bill that passes and becomes law. She's just trying to make a point. And as I keep saying to you guys out there, that if you don't know that they're coming after you, they are. No tax on tampons, Brandon said. How the heck is any of that equal? In her mind, it is. Yeah, I know, Ruthie. It's crazy. No, Chezzy. To them, abortion is actually a woman's health. It pertains to women's health. That's the argument of the left in regards to abortion. It's insanity, Judy. Yes, it is. And really, that's what we're dealing with right now. It's insanity, and it's only going to get worse. I know, Marianne. Wait until we get even further in to to the end times. Your head is really going to spin because it's going to get more like this, and it's going to become more commonplace each and every day. Governor Scott in Florida signed a law that says all nursing homes must have generators. That is because of the Hurricane Irma disaster when those people died in the nursing homes. Yeah, leave your dirty pipe alone, Big Al said. They think a baby is like a tumor. Exactly, Alan. It's just a clump of cells. It's not really living. That's what they think. I'm dying at the watchdog comment. I feel we are the only normal ones. Marianne, pretty much, we are the remnant. Oops, I am going to go to Perry jail if not careful, Barbara said. That's why it's so important for the remnant to continue to speak up. There are very few left these days. And there's going to be, as time goes on, less and less, unfortunately. Here's something that will make your head spin, Marianne. March for Our Lives should include abortions. Well, no, Brandon, because, again, there was, millennials typically on the left, what they say, hey, Gary, is that, they're just a clump of cells. They're not alive. They're not born. So why should we protect them? I heard that a law was passed for women to expose their breasts in public. Was that for nursing purposes? I have no idea, Ruthie. Hurt my heart when Trump said he'd tell his 25-year-old self, don't run for president. I know, Carmen. Separate DNA. So in California, the homeless population has grown to more than 134,000. In 2016, the state approved a $2 billion homeless program to help finance new housing, but that money is tied up in court. Now, why is that money tied up in court? Because they wanted to use the money from 2004, which was slated and voted for mental health programs. They wanted to use that money to pay off some debt for the homeless programs. In 2016, $35 million was approved by the state for rental assistance and emergency shelters, but there was a staff shortage, hey Danielle, at the housing department, and it delayed spending that money for 18 months. In 2017, more than $100 million was approved for programs to help the homeless, but the money won't begin to be spent until the fall at the earliest. The state officials want $1.5 billion pumped into the homeless prevention for 2019. And $100 million comes from the federal government. Can we say who's pocketing that money, who's using that money, and what is it being used for? If you've seen any pictures, you know that in LA there are homeless in tents lined up on sidewalks as far as the eye can see. And they've got all this money that all the voters, so willingly want to give money because they want to help the homeless. Yeah, can you say slush funds? Now, all of that money, probably, I would say some of that money will make its way over to the Jerry Brown bullet train in some way or the other. So, and Orange County has all these homeless people. Irvine has a ton of homeless people. I mean, it's amazing. Too funny, but so true. 3 years ago, you said that it's only going to get worse, and you were correct. It's 10 times worse, Monique said. And unfortunately, yeah, it's from the Clintons' playbook. Absolutely. And the best way, again, to cause chaos is to make sure that you have homelessness. I don't know if people got kicked out. I saw like 3 people leave all of a sudden. Wayne calls them flush funds. And where is the money really going for hurting? Yak. Yep. Jerry Brown needs to be on the Jerry Springer show. He's loony. He's worse than loony. Mental health programs, just curious, how has all that money been working out for them? Exactly, Monique. They're not using it for mental health. They're using it to go over and try to pay for homeless programs and other things. California tries to connect things and say, well, if it's, we could use it on children because that's basically mental health, right? Oh, Barbara said people got kicked out into jail. Too much money for it not to be stolen. The homeless will see little of nothing. Exactly, Spencer. Monique said exactly. I think the reason Dems don't argue themselves is because they don't stand for anything. Exactly. Luis Gutierrez in Illinois The House Committee on Ethics says he has to pay back $9,700 to the Treasury Department for inadvertent misuse. How do you get in Periscope jail? By saying certain words or triggering trolls, and the trolls they say it's abuse, and then everybody else votes that it's abuse, and you get kicked out for 2 minutes or whatever. Sex bots can follow me, and you know who can talk trash, and I get put in jail, Barbara said. Yeah, if you've got sex bots following you, you need to block them. H word that rhymes with 8 will get you blocked. Yep. After I told them happy birthday, Barbara said. So Luis Gutierrez misappropriated funds according to the House Ethics Committee, but they were inadvertent. So all they're going to do is make him pay it back. He's not going to go to jail for it. It's not going to be a crime. It was just inadvertently he used it. Have to refresh YouTube is misbehaving. Yeah, I guess it's not for anybody else, Joseph. It may be on your end there. And then Stormy Daniels' attorney threatens that there's more information coming. Who cares? Exactly, Alan. There were 3 people that were arrested in Texas. Yeah, people with money are above the law, I guess, Brandon said. And especially if you're on the left. Well, it's because of a word, but foul language is A-OK. Exactly, Barbara. I check daily for sex bots and delete them. I do too, Chezzy. 3 people from Texas were arrested in Ohio. They attempted to mail a large quantity of fentanyl back to Texas. And the Attorney General in Ohio said that it was enough fentanyl to kill everyone in Toledo 3 times over. That's a lot of fentanyl. Add him to the long list of corrupt politicians in Illinois. Exactly. Exactly, Chicago Pops. But everything he does, it was just inadvertent, so you'll have to excuse him. I know, Ruthie. 3 times. Killed 3 times the population of Toledo. Stormy needs to take a hike. Stormy needs to do anything else but what she's doing, Monique, it sounds like. So, yeah, it's very, very sad what's going on. Here's another bit of California news that you'll love. A limo driver built a rocket ship that took him in the air in order for him to prove that the earth is really flat. Now, on the way down, he did injure himself, and you'll be glad to know that the same man wants to run for governor of California. I say it's a real fit. Yeah, I know. The earth is flat. Nut job, yep. Perfect candidate for California. Only in California. Barbara said that figures. It's sad. What can I say? I don't know if you guys saw this article that came out. A lot of fentanyl in medical use. They use nanograms, not milligrams. Wow. Fit, I know. This woman, whose last name is Grits, said that McCabe basically made her life a living hell, and so much so that she had to resign. Monique said, well, look at the business she's been in. As far as I'm concerned, her credibility is shot. Talking about Stormy, yes. So she said McCabe retaliated against her for filing a harassment claim against one of her supervisors, and said that working as a detailee to the CIA, her boss began scrutinizing her work because she'd gotten a divorce, and he was saying that she was fragile, and so she felt harassed. And then when she found out somebody else was being harassed, they were claiming they were being harassed, she filed this harassment claim against one of her supervisors, and McCabe just made her life a living hell. So McCabe, you know, that wonderful guy who's no longer with the FBI, that everybody on the left hails as a hero, that guy. The 2 people that were going to be joining Trump's legal team, DeGeneva and his wife, Victoria Toensing, are now not going to be joining. They say that Jay Sekulow came out and said there are conflicts, and if the sun and the moon are round, it figures the earth is. I know, Barbara, he probably doesn't believe that either. But anyway, you remember that Victoria Toensing had William Campbell as her client, and he's the one that it was exposing information in Uranium One. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's any opportunity to go after Mueller and connect him to Uranium One, you wouldn't want to have conflicts there, maybe with William Campbell, who's going to be testifying potentially against some of these people. So, just another big pharma addiction, more powerful than heroin. Big pharma loves addictions. It makes their profits soar. Spencer said, talking about fentanyl. Did he check with the FAA before he fired his rocket? I don't know, Wayne. Probably not. Yeah, the moon is made of cheese. That's for sure, Beck. All right, you guys. Thanks so much for coming in. If you would, please retweet this so that we can get this out to everybody. I really appreciate it. I will see you tomorrow. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. See you tomorrow. Take care. Thanks, Facebook Live. God bless. Thank you, YouTube. God bless. See you tomorrow. Take care.